Amistishkaita, it's a good day. Shkikia and Squachicha Mutanil Joy Schneider Shama Squachich. My name is Kikia. My English name is Joy Schneider. And this is my audio visual resource due for Monday, February 9th, 2026, in our Shema Chumuch blended immersion program. The content from this week's resource comes from the Ucwalmi Advanced Learner Curriculum published by Tazil Learning House in 1980, or Tazil Publishing House, sorry, in 1981. And it's a good one because it builds on our ability to count things. We've learned a lot of numbers and have them memorized for counting things, but when we count people and when we count animals, there are different words that we use for those numbers. So this will cover 1 to 10 in all those ways of counting. I hope you enjoy. So I'm going to begin this series by counting things from 1 to 10 in Ucwalmi, and then how we would count people from 1 to 10 in Ucwalmi, and then how we would count animals in Ucwalmi from 1 to 10. And then after this, I will break it down with each number being shared for thing, people, animal on each slide coming up. So we can see them all together, hear them all together, and then also see the similarities between the ways we use numbers for counting different things and people and animals. All right, so starting with things. So to count things in Ucwalmi, I think this is the most commonly known set of numbers in our language. It's the one we learn, but I want to build on that and start being able to use the correct word when I'm counting people or numbering people or animals. So for things, we say pala, atwash, katlash, hotchin, chilksht, klakamuksht, chutlaka, palupsht, kampalamin, and kamp. That's for counting things. For counting people, it's papla, in atwash, in kakatlash, in hohotchin, in chilksht, in tlakamsht, in chuchlaka, in balpalupsht, in kamkampalmin, in kamkamp. And then when we count animals, it's bepla, a antwash, katlish, hu'ochin, chichilcht, tlakamsht, chuchlaka, that is, palupsht, kamkampalmin, kakamp. So they may sound similar, but when I break it down on the next slides, you'll see how they are different as well. So there is one thing to count on this page, and it is chrapa, tree. So I would say pala. There's one, pala, chrapa, tree. For the chunamchal, teacher. There's one teacher, so I would say papla, chunamchala. And for an animal there, you see tzi, deer. So I would say, if I was talking about one deer, I would say pepla, tzi. So pala, papla, pepla, all words for the number 1 in Ucwalmi. So the two things on this page are rocks, or ketla. So I would use antwash, because we're talking about two things. Antwash, ketla. There are two men, two people. So inatwash, shkayuch, inatwash, shkayuch. We've got two men. And then atentwash, pazoza, pazoza. They're two birds. Kashlash, kamut. We have three things here, and they are hats. So I would say kashlash, kamut, kashlash. kamut, 3 hats. There are 3 girls on this page. So I would say in kakatlash, in kakatlash, in kakatlash, kika. 3 girls. And for the animals, we have seals. So katlish, katlish. 3 katlish ash, katlish ash. 3 seals. There's a couple tough ones on here for me that I'm still learning, but for the number 4, when we're counting things, we say hotjin, hotjin. So we have 4 apples there, hotjin opals. And when we're counting people, we would say in haotjin, in haotjin, in haotjin, kokwa, 4 grandmas. And then when we're counting animals, we would say haotjin, haotjin. And we have 4 foxes there. Haotjin, hawailuch. When counting 5 things, we would say chilkt, chilkt. And on here we have 5 balls, so chilkt, skamcht, chilkt, skamcht. And when we're saying 5 for people, we would say in chilchlecht, in chilchlecht. And we have 5 chiefs here, so in chilchlecht, gokpi. And when we're counting animals, for the number 5, we would say cheechlecht, 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 cheechlecht. And we have 5 squirrels working away there. So cheechlecht to asa, cheechlecht to asa. For the number 6, I'll do my best with pronouncing. I've only heard the number 6 for things and was not able to find audio recordings for the number 6 when speaking about people or animals. So I'll do my best on those ones. For 6 things, we would say klaakamukst, klaakamukst. So we have klaakamukst zaumen, 6 nets. For counting people, in klaakamst, in klaakamst, 6 iwishmen, in klaakamukst, iwishmen, 6 fishers. And for the animal, we have caterpillars there, klaakamst, klaakamst, klaakamst wat blilitsa. 6 caterpillars. I wonder if they're hungry. And now if we counted 7 arrowheads in Ucwalmi, we would use the number chutlaka. Chutlaka means 7 in Ucwalmi, and chutlaka machsten means 7 arrowheads. Again, for counting people, we have a different word for the number 7, which would be, in this case, in chutlaka, in chutlaka. 7 in chutlaka shkilkila, shkilkila. 7 elders. And for animals, we would be using the word chutlaka, chutlaka. So chutlaka pu'yao, 7 mice. Okay, for the 3 ways to say the number 8 in Ucwalmi, we say palupst when counting things. Palupst. And this page we have palupst pakum. Palupst pakum, 8 flowers. On people, we would say in palpalupst. In palpalupst is 8 people. And on this page, we have palpalupst chmalt, 8 children. And when counting animals, and there are 8, we would say palupst, palupst. And we have palupst shkach kaka, palupst shkach kukha. 8 puppies. To say 9 in Ucwalmi when counting things, we say kampalmin. Kampalmin. And you can see there 9 feathers, so kampalmin okwal. And for counting people, we say in kampalmin. In kampalmin. See 9 chefs there in kampalmin cook. And for animals, we would say kakampalmin. Kakampalmin. So kakampalmin pashit, 9 butterflies. All right, and we've come to the last number of the day, how we say the number 10. 3 different ways in Ucwalmi. Starting with things, we would say kamp when counting things for the number 10. So kamp kukush. Kamp kukush. 10 beads. For counting people, we would say in kamp kamp. In kamp kamp. 10 people. In kamp kamp Ucwalmi. So you see there are 10 people that are working to revive and reclaim our beautiful Ucwalmi. And then when we're counting animals, we have 10 cute little kittens there, and we would say kukump, kukump, kukump matmu, kukump matmu, 10 kittens. All right, I'll round and finish off here the way I began by counting from 1 to 10, when counting things, when counting people, and when counting animals, because the best way to fully reclaim our language is to keep listening to it, listening to the speakers, listening to audio recordings, video recordings, going and sitting with those speakers if you have access to them, and listen as much as you can. And it's also important to practice saying the phrases. These words and this language isn't going to go anywhere if we just listen and we don't speak. So I will do that. I'll do my best to pronounce things accurately. And as you know, I've done 1 to 10 and higher in counting things. We've become pretty good at that. But it's all new to me for counting people and animals. So I'm going to run through that 1 to 10 for each set before closing off this video. So when we're counting things, pala atwash katlash, hotchin, chilik, sklakamuk, tutlaka, paloops, kampalmin, gump. When counting people, papla, in atwash, in kakatlash, in hotchin, in chilk, in glakamuk, in tutlaka, in paloops, in kampalmin, in gump. And finally, when counting animals, we say pepla, aantwash, gachlish, chin, chichlach, glaklamuch, chuch, lacha, paloocht, kakump, palmin, and kakump. Nishti, that's it. Or we could say chuch, for done or finished. I raise my hands to the First Peoples Cultural Council for their ongoing funding and other support in our ability to facilitate the Shemachomuk Blended Immersion Program for 2025-26, and also to the Ucwalmi All Nation Services Society for the invaluable administrative support that they provide to us. Without them, we would not have a program either. I have included a couple of tables there, charts with all of the words for counting from 1 to 10 for things, people, and animals. And then the last little table there shows that we also have different words to use when we're talking about counting or how many of things, people, or animals, but that's for a upcoming lesson. Takamin Shnuknukwa, all my relations, Kukshmush Kalap, we thank you all for joining in and wish you the best in your own language reclamation. Amakushwaju, be well.